for the respective teams. Also a moving, grabbing guy, Clyde Drexler, the Portland Trailblazers, the NBA's fifth leading scorer at 26.7 points a game. He's joined at power forward by Caldwell Jones. And Jones in his 15th NBA season is a good rebounder at 5.3 boards a game. At center it is Kevin Duckworth. At 7 feet tall, Duckworth scores 13.6 points a ball game. He has hurt the Warriors in 2 previous ball games. In the backcourt, starting tonight is Michael Holton in his 4th year. The Blazers do have a change in the starting lineup as Jerome Kersey will not play in the ball game, so Holton starts at the off guard, and sliding up to the small forward position, I should say, is Clyde Drexler. Terry Porter will start at the point guard. Porter, the NBA's 3rd leading assister, at just over 10 a ball game behind John Stockton and Magic Johnson. For Mike Schuler, who has never beaten the Warriors in this building. The Warriors have beaten Portland 4 consecutive times here. Overall, they've beaten them 34 and lost 14 times at home. Now the lineups for the Warriors at 16 and 46. The ball club has lost 3 in a row and 11 of the last 13. It'll be Rod Higgins starting at small forward at 6'7". Rod fainted yesterday in the team picture. He was standing on a riser for a lengthy period of time, took a stumble, hit his head as he fell off the riser, but he is all right. He was checked out before the ball game. It'll be Ben McDonald starting at power forward for George Karl. That of his 3rd NBA year out of Cal Irvine. Starting at center is Jerome Whitehead. After Dave Feitl started 11 consecutive ball games for the Warriors, George Karl takes him out and brings in Whitehead, mainly for rebounding purposes. In the backcourt, and this group has been together for a while. Winston Garland out of Southwest Missouri State. Last ball game out, 14 points, 8 assists. And his alma mater has a showdown with UNLV in the NCAA tournament tonight. And Chris Mullin, who saw St. John Redmond go out last night to Florida, will be the ball club's off guard. Chris wasted a 38-point career-high ball game here against the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday as the Warriors led early, then fell behind gigantic numbers by 24 in the second quarter and by 22 at halftime before losing to Phoenix by 20. Coliseum is nearly sold out for this Rick Barry jersey retirement night. Our officials tonight, Mike Mathis on the right, and Bob Delaney. Wasn't he a football coach at Oklahoma? Nebraska. Actually, that's a different guy. He's now the AD. That's a different Bob Delaney, much younger.
Well, John Schrader will know about that. Anybody in Nebraska history.
Our lineups tonight: Ben McDonald, Rod Higgins, Jerome Whitehead up front for the Warriors. Mullen and Garland in the backcourt against Caldwell Jones, Drexler, Duckworth, Holton, and Porter. And again, Jim, not having Jerome Kersey certainly changes a lot.
Retirement ceremony.
Well, certainly so. And, of course, the Blazers have been playing very well. They're only 14 and 16 on the road this year, but they have won 5 of 6. They dropped the last one out. They've won 7 of 9 on the road. So they are playing better late in the season, which Mike Schuler certainly hopes that they will continue to do so.
All right, Whitehead will jump center here for the Warriors, and he'll do it against Caldwell Jones. Mike Mathis will throw it up between the two. 4th meeting of the clubs this year. The Warriors winning here. They've won the last 4 times here. Portland won twice at Portland. And the Blazers control the tip, coming to the forecourt with Holton. Right side, Terry Porter on McDonald. Throws up top, Holton. Holton unloads off the rim and out from 18. Rebound, Clyde Drexler. Back to Holton up. Lefty shot off the glass and out. Rebound yanked down by Whitehead, who is in there for rebounding, and he grabs a defensive board in the first sequence. Garland finds Mullin, far left wing. Chris backs away over to Higgins. Higgins over to Garland. Portland did not defend the Warriors' passing game offense at all. Last time they met, the Warriors scored 64 points in the first half. The problem, though, the Blazers scored 70. Whitehead scores. Right side, shot clock was dwindling down to 5. And Jerome nails a wing shot for his first bucket of the ball game. Whitehead scoring this year 5.6 points a ball game. Down low, Duckworth scores on a jump hook. Duckworth certainly has been emerging of late, and he's been playing great with Steve Johnson being injured the last month or so, Jim.
And Portland loves to go to that early offense. When they come down, they can't get something going to the basket. They immediately throw into the interior.
Mullin backs Porter back, knocks him over, and throws it up off the rim and out from 18. Rebound saved by Caldwell Jones, a strong rebounder and shot blocker. Porter the Drexler. He beats Mullin. He scores a layup, and he's fouled as he went up the left side of the floor that time and went around Chris Mullin. Portland is extremely proficient scoring on the run, always, Jim, the best scoring team in basketball.
And they do as good a thing as I've seen any team do in the NBA this year. They get it out to half court with an outlet pass, but then he does not continue on with the dribble, he looks to someone to throw it to ahead. They move the ball in the open court, in the forecourt by the pass, and they come down 3-on-2 in many situations.
Clyde Drexler shoots his free throws, 81%. He made it. He has 3 points. The Blazers lead by 3 at 5-2. Garland on Holton gives a head fake, and then he travels down low the baseline. And as Michael Holton, a strong defensive player out of UCLA, was not biting on Garland's head fake. And Winston shuffled his feet trying to inch inside. Warriors' first turnover of the ball game. We played a minute and a half, and the Blazers come forecourt up 5-2. Duckworth going to work on Whitehead. A one-hander up left side off the rim for 5. Rebound Caldwell Jones. Blocked by Higgins. Not pinned, though. Jones bobbles the ball, and it's swept away while the Warriors inside as Whitehead knocked it away, and Garland picks it up. Winston out to the forecourt with a high dribble right. Goes hard right, finds Whitehead from 18. No good. Rebound. Ben McDonald back up. Not fouled. Ball knocked cleanly out of bounds. And the Warriors keep the ball as Ben grabbed the offensive rebound inside, but was not fouled.
And Clyde Drexler comes up limping a little bit. I think he came down on the side of Ben McDonald's ankle, but he seems to be okay.
Now Chris Mullen will trigger the inbounds. We've played 2. The Warriors have 2 points. McDonald fires, and now they have 4 as he gets an 18-footer in the wing. Ben again starting tonight. He was 0 for 4 off the bench last ball game out. It was Tellis Frank and Feidel starting last game, and George has McDonald and Whitehead starting tonight as Jerry Porter scores with a 15-footer in the right wing.
Might have been a little longer than that, because I thought the Warriors in the first couple minutes I think they're doing a better job of making the passes to the wing a little bit further out.
Now Higgins left side. His 18-footer is long off the rim. Rebound to Holton, forecourt for Porter. 7-4 Portland. Porter beats Mullen, comes inside and scores a layup off the glass with an outstanding move as Mullen has been beaten twice. Left side of the glass.
Yeah, no help along the baseline. You just got to force somebody back to the middle when they come down at you in a hurry.
9-4. Porter has 2 buckets. And 2 in a row. Now Mullen going to work on Porter. Backs away. Holton is watching Garland, and Mullen being watched by Porter, and Mullen scores over Porter. Chris has a decided size advantage. Porter goes about 6 feet 3. Here's a driving Drexler, spinning it off the glass out, and a foul going to be called inside of the Warriors.
Warrior foul, second team.
And a foul's called on Jerome Whitehead, which will have Drexler shooting 2.
Well, now you see why they call him Clyde the Glide. Once he takes that first step past you, he can cover so much ground in the air. He can create the pass. He can also put it up to the basket, and he just maintains that height throughout the move.
Clyde Drexler was voted the player of the week last week. 3rd time he has won the award, and earlier this year he won it back-to-back weeks, something that has never been done in the NBA.
Yeah, he was on a tear.
Now, last week, Jim, he went for an average of 28.7 points a ball game. He's been on a tear for a good month. He made both free throws, 10-6 Portland. Garland has the ball knocked away by Drexler. Now look out. Here's what he does best. Showtime dunk on a whirlwind as he brought it right side of his body, whipped it all the way like a windmill, and ripped it through. Drexler now has 6 points.
It's amazing how they think alike. That was the word I was thinking of, windmill.
12-6 down low. Drexler bumps Higgins. Higgins gets by him. His layup is off the rim. He tipped it again, and then tipped by Whitehead, and it didn't go in for the Warriors. Partly it was McDonald who made the second tip. Rebound to Holton, who eludes the official over to Drexler. He throws behind Duckworth out of bounds, and the Warriors have the ball back. As Portland will run. George Carroll feels they run a lot more than any team in the NBA, including the Hawks and the Lakers. George Carroll stops play. He calls our first time out of the game. 8:25 to play, first quarter. It is Portland 12 and the Warriors 6. Well, the Portland Trailblazers enter play tonight in 3rd place in the Western Conference. They are 2 games back of the Dallas Mavericks and 2 games ahead of the Houston Rockets. That second slot is very important to get to. That would mean if they advanced out of the semifinals of the West, they would have home court. It also means if they slip down to 4th, they would be in the Lakers bracket, something you certainly don't want to get yourself involved in the way the Lakers have been playing, but not of late. They've been struggling. McDonald scores right side of the jump hook, and Ben's second bucket of the ball game now gives him 4 on 2 of 4. Or pardon me, 2 for 2. And the Warriors down 12-8 as Drexler fires up off the rim from 12. Rebound better out of bounds, and it's off of the Blazers inside. Caldwell Jones.
Good help by Jerome Whitehead cutting off the baseline that time.
And now the Warriors jog forecourt with Winston Garland. Garland sets up top. Over to Whitehead. Following the timeout, George Carroll does not make a substitution. We played 4-10 for the Coliseum on Rick Barry night, and the Warriors down 12-8. Here's a pass by McDonald, battled away by Holton, picked up by Garland. He drives, a jump pass back to Mullen. Mullen pulls up right side for a 2-pointer. It's offline, off the glass. Rebound pulled by Caldwell Jones. Jones throws for Clyde Drexler. Mullen now was 1 for 3 to begin the ball game. Here's Michael Holton, a Warrior draft pick. They cut him in training camp. He was then to the CBA. And then on to Phoenix. Porter drives all the way up the gut, and he is fouled. And let me get something straight right away. The foul was called by our official, Bob Delaney, the Nebraska football coach. Now their athletic director is Bob Devaney. I could hear John Schrader in the studios just cringe when I said that.
He expects everybody to know that. The Cornhuskers.
I want to ask him what the Syracuse athletic director's name is. Let's see if he gets that one right. Here's Porter right side from 18. Good. In the wing. Porter is off to a good start as he has hit 3 of his first 4 from the floor. He is not much of an offensive player, but you consider what a great team they have. He does score well at 14 points a ball game as Higgins drives hard left, goes up right-handed, and is fouled. So he'll be shooting 2 free throws. The foul is called inside.
Strong move to get to the line. Just simply took it right to Caldwell Jones. Released it a little bit early, and Caldwell gets a piece of the hand.
Warriors number 22.
Was called on Caldwell Jones. Jim is first. Higgins, who has been very hot from the line against this ball club. Higgins' first free throw is off the rim. He's at 26 of 27.
Why does it always happen that way?
We jinx him right away.
It is amazing.
Overall, Rod has been nearly as good against the league, 84.1%. The Warriors have 5 players that shoot 80% or better from the line. Higgins being one. Mullen, Garland, of course. Also, Terry Teagle and Otis Smith do that.
Here's good pressure just to keep the Blazers on the exterior.
Higgins made his second 14-9 ball game. Here's Holton, a lefty off the rim and out from 18. Rebound, Kerem Durant pulled by Garland. Forecourt for McDonald. Ben pulls up from 15. Long off the rim. Rebound snagged down by their point man, Terry Porter, having an active ball game. He boards almost 5 times a game. Forecourt Drexler knocked away by Garland. And Clyde goes down. Chris dives on him. And Bob Delaney calls a foul, which has George Carroll doing a 360 going up tight on Delaney, who, by the way, is a first-year official in the NBA. And certainly the Warriors had Drexler where they wanted him, Jim, smothered.
Certainly did, and of course on the floor goes Winston Garland, and Drexler would have been very happy just to come out of a situation with a jump ball.
You're not kidding.
But they called a second foul on Chris Mullen.
Well, the way he jumped, certainly he would have been. Now George Carroll has been called for a technical, and what George is upset with is the fact his team had the play smothered. They had the guy on the floor. They had 2 players on top of it. To give him a foul is certainly, I think, an unfair call.
Yeah, in college, maybe you call a foul, but in the NBA, when a guy gets in that kind of position, it's an automatic jump ball.
Now, in wrestling, he's out of the match. I mean, he's pinned to the floor. They had him. And the technical is made by Terry Porter. And it's now a 7-point ball game for Porter to begin. And again, he only averages 14.6 points a game, but they are playing without 21 points out of their lineup with Jerome Kersey gone, and also 18 out with Steve Johnson gone. Here's Terry Porter. The Blazers lead by a score of 15-9. The pass goes left side to Drexler, throws up top to Holton. Holton left side to Porter. Porter going to work on Garland, goes down behind his back. As he gets himself up, he fires off the rim from 18. Rebound tipped by Caldwell Jones and pulled down by Michael Holton. Over to Drexler. He throws up a 3, and it's around the rim and out. Rebound right to Duckworth down low. Beats Whitehead, comes inside, throws it up off the glass and out. And that rebound pulled by the Warriors. Mullen. Mullen now at 6'7", bobbles the ball, almost double dribbles, but he did throw it over to his right hand. Higgins throws down low on the block to Whitehead. Going to work on Duckworth. A head fake. Then he scores off the glass on a 5-footer. Nice move by Jerome Whitehead. And Jerome has his second bucket on his 3rd shot. Otis Smith will be coming into the ball game for the Warriors, down 15-11. Half this quarter gone by. Now far right wing, we have a foul on the Warriors. And that is the Warriors well over the limit. It's their 6th foul. It's on Ben McDonald. Portland will shoot free throws. First foul of the ball game on Ben.
Of course, Duckworth is the one man you're going to double team, and George Carl wants him to double team on this man. Just all-out double team. And he's in a little bit of trouble right there, too, but they call the foul on Ben McDonald. The other players are Caldwell Jones, not the offensive threat, of course. They're going to come at him and then go back out to the wings. But you've got to double team this man. Duckworth, has had some big games against the Warriors.
Well, I asked George before every ball game, I go in and I talk to him about the defensive strategy, and I said, are you going to double the block? Meaning, when they throw the ball to the block, will you double it? And he says, well, we're only going to double Duckworth, so I guess we will double the block because nobody else post up on that team besides Duckworth without Johnson here, without Kersey.
Okay, looking at his stature, you can count him as 2 men, so maybe they double him twice.
They double anybody inside. He is huge, but he is not nearly as big as he was. He weighs 280. He used to weigh 330 when he worked at a Burger King his freshman year at Eastern Illinois. Duckworth made both free throws. He has 4. Portland up by 6, 17-11. Mullen beats Porter, throws one inside. It's knocked away by Portland's scrambling defense. Clyde Drexler, a good stealer, 5th in the NBA, takes it away to Holton. Forecourt Porter, a head fake on Otis Smith, then drops it over to Holton. A quick pass right to Drexler, who bombs away and misses. Rebound right to Duckworth inside, and he's fouled by Winston Garland.
Yeah, Jerome just made a mental error right there because he went went in and played the ball rather than playing the bounce on the rim. And you can see on the replay on our simulcast, if you're watching on television, of course, that he just went to play the ball and forgot to play the man. The ball came out a little bit longer, and it goes into the hands of Duckworth, and Winston had him give him a little help there and just fouled and put him on the line. But you got, if you get the body into the man and lower your center of gravity, no matter where that ball bounces, you're going to go to it then. But Jerome just thought he could out-jump everything up there, and it just took a wrong bounce.
Kevin Duckworth made one of his two, shoots his free throw 75%. Portland from their line, 6 of 8. The Warriors 1 of 2. Everybody on the Warrior team that has played so far, with the exception of Otis Smith off the bench, has at least 1 foul. Mullen now has 2. Only 1 foul on Portland. Garland throws across the floor to Mullen. We have 5:05 to play in the first quarter. The Blazers lead 18-11. Otis Smith bobbles it 3 times, finds Garland right side, throws it high off the back of the rim, and Whitehead tips it in as he outleaps Duckworth, which is not hard. But it was a beautiful timing play by Whitehead to get the ball on the tip. And now Drexler goes hard right, throws a layup and a dunk as he lost the ball. Pulled down by Otis Smith. He spins the other way, goes in right side and dunks it. Oh, a sensational play on a 360 spin by Otis Smith to finish it. Otis Smith finished 4th in the slam dunk contest. Drexler finished 3rd. Drexler missed his. Otis Smith finished his at a 360. Duckworth off the rim and out from 5. Rebound to McDonald. The Warriors now down 18-15, trying to get some energy. Otis Smith throws right side Mullen. Mullen smothered by Richard Anderson out of the ballgame for the first time. And Chris is forced to pull it back to Garland. He finds Otis Smith, though, down low. He jumps, he's fouled, he scores. And he can tie the ballgame. And Jim, we both have an identical angle and an ideal angle on what Garland was looking at. What a supreme pass he made to Otis Smith here.
And it was precipitated by the fast break that went to Otis Smith. He kicked it back out to the right. They threw it up top. And, of course, that's when the defense tries to make an adjustment. Otis Smith never left the area down there, just broke inside for a pass. And once he gets the ball, he is dangerous. He can jump so well. You know what I was impressed about on that play? He slammed dunked a moment ago. He misses the free throw here.
Yeah.
I was impressed with his ball handling and a little bit of traffic right there. He's improved upon that, enabled him to make that dunk the play before this other one.
Otis Smith has given the Warriors some energy off the bench. Here's Anderson, Portland's best three-point shooter off the rim. Now look at Drexler grab the offensive rebound. He's now fouled in the lane inside as he grabs the offensive board and then puts it back up. Now, Jim, this morning I was talking to Warriors assistant coach Herman Cull. We were talking about the Warriors' defense of this year compared to last year. Now, by points, they're giving up more. But he contends that the Warriors, when the team comes down in 5-on-5 offense, their first shot, he believes the opponents are shooting something like 25%, which is fabulous defense on the initial presence. But what is happening is what we're seeing. The offensive rebounds are killing this ball club.
This is not a good rebounding club, and, of course, that has hurt them all year long. And when you miss Larry Smith, your number 1 rebounder, you miss Ralph Sampson, you're going against a great disadvantage out there, Greg, and that really makes a difference. That tells a tale about 25%. I
want to talk more about that, about the defensive philosophy of defensive rebounding as the right side shot is up by Otis Smith and out. Both free throws, by the way, were made by Drexler, who has 8. Porter leads by 3 at 20-17. Porter over to Duckworth. Watched by Feidel now to the ball game. Porter throws block left to Duckworth. Back to Porter. Drives hard over to Duckworth on a switch, and he throws it up and good at the 5-footer. Both Warrior defenders went at the cutting Porter and left Duckworth open. And Duckworth killed him.
Just very good two-man execution right there in the part of the Trailblazers.
Duckworth has 7. They have 7 apiece from Duckworth and Porter, 8 from Drexler. Left side, a shot is off the rim by Garland from 15. Rebound of the Blazers. Fourth court comes Porter. And Porter pulls up from 15 and rails it. Terry Porter on to a big ball game. He has 9 points. Last night, a great game in their 1-point loss at Denver. 18 points, 10 assists. He played 39. And generally, teams are a little bit tired after they play the next night after playing in Denver. Not early for Portland, as a driving layup is missed by the Warriors. Garland in the battle for the rebound. A foul going to be called inside on Portland. And I believe we're going to have some free throws coming up for Portland. We'll find out when we come back. A foul was called on Portland. Mike Schuler now calls our first Portland timeout of the ball game. 2:56 to play in the first quarter. Our score from the Coliseum. Portland 24 and the Warriors 17. Rick Barry's number 24 to be the 4th Warrior jersey to be retired. Tom Meschery's is also high above the Coliseum, number 14. Tom played 6 years with the Warriors, the original Warrior team that moved from Philadelphia to the Bay Area in 62-63, scored better than 13,000 points. So he brought the Bay Area from Wilt Chamberlain and Guy Rogers, people like that, into the Bay Area era, along with Nate Thurman. And the Warriors certainly are 7.5 games back of San Antonio with not many games to play, about 20 games remaining. The Warriors playoff position dwindling. But San Antonio has been playing some portable basketball. They're going to have a very low record to make it into the playoffs. We had a jump ball to the Portland fourth court, one by the Warriors. Portland, they come to the fourth court. Duckworth fumbles the ball. Spiked by the Warriors. Garland now working on Jerry Seasting into the ball game for the first time for Portland. Here's Feidel right side over Duckworth, and he scores. On a 12-footer, Dave Feidel has been struggling with his offense the last couple of ball games after scoring a career-high 19 against the Rockets Sunday in Houston. Hits his first shot of the ball game, and the Warriors have it down to 24-19. We have 2:20 to play in this first quarter. Duckworth over to Porter, playing a two-man game. Porter, a jump pass, almost went up and down. He did go up and down.
Well, just excellent defense here by Steve Harris because he was yo-yoing back and forth between Duckworth and Porter, and he still had time to recover.
I'm not so sure if he didn't release the ball before he went back down. The Warriors now play their point forward alignment. McDonald, Mullen right side off Otis Smith-Pink, scores from 15 feet away. Mullen, a career-high 30 last time out. Chris hit 15 of 24 from the floor tonight. He's 2 for his first 4. Down low, Duckworth pulls in over Mullen and scores. As he also, more importantly, beat Feidel. Chris over to help out late. Couldn't do much on the mammoth Duckworth. 26-21, Portland up 5. Duckworth having a big early ball game with 9. A minute 4 to play in the first quarter. Steve Harris, far left side. Throws up top, Mullen over wing, left watch by Seasting, the former Celtic. Over to Feidel. Feidel off the glass from 18 and off the rim. Rebound to Richard Anderson, who killed the Warriors last time they played in front of the big fourth quarter. Porter to Seasting, back to Porter, wide open, and he scores. And Jim, Portland prides themselves on being an unselfish team. A lot of guys score better than 14 a ball game. We're seeing them at their most unselfish. They're really moving the ball around well.
And of course, Jerry Seasting, the Boston acquisition, one of the most unselfish players in the league, really knows his role.
He made a brilliant pass there. McDonald barging in, off the glass, off the rim, tipped by Anderson, and pulled down by Seasting.
They wanted offensive goaltending, the fans did.
Here's Anderson to Seasting. Seasting bombs away off the rim of the glass. Rebound pulled down by Feidel. We have 55 seconds to play in the first quarter. The Warriors trail 28-21. McDonald over to Steve Harris. Harris drives hard left. Goes wing left on Seasting. Comes all the way left baseline. And then we have a foul.
Yeah, that's certainly a matchup right there. It's going to be called on Seasting, but I think Steve Harris can exploit Seasting. He's not a great defensive player, and Steve Harris can shoot with people in his face.
Remember the fourth quarter in Portland just a few weeks ago, March the 5th, Steve Harris took Jerry Seasting apart. And it was a showdown between Steve Harris and Anderson. Richard Anderson of Portland in that fourth quarter. Anderson had 13 of his 15. Now Mullen is smothered by Holton back into the game. Off a final pick, throws inside Otis Smith, the jumper, good! Left side. And Otis Smith of late has been backing people down low, posting them up, spinning, and just jumping over them at the wing shot. Drexler right side scores from 18 over Mullen. Drexler has 10, Duckworth 9, and Porter 11.
This game is almost identical to the one up in Portland in that you just keep trading baskets with this club, and you cannot do that. They just seem to never wear down offensively.
Mullen left side, off the rim, out, rebound to Holton. Good point, because George Carroll did not want to get into a shootout with this team. He feels his team must make a defensive stand, or they stand no shot against the highest scoring team in basketball, Portland, who averaged 115.3 a game. Shot clock down to 5. They're going to take the last shot of the corner here. Holton's going to go in after everybody. He scores a layup, and he's fouled. Oh, what a bad defensive stand there by the Warriors, as they were a bit confused. Nobody challenged the basketball.
Well, Dave Feidel reacted, saw him coming. I can't understand what was going through his mind, because certainly Terry Porter's a great leaper. He's a big kid for a guard, but you would have to think that he could make Porter change his shot. Dave Feidel could. He was there, and instead just kind of looked up at the basket and then put a lazy hand and a hip into him, and he goes to the line for a possible three-point play. That's just not a very good defensive play.
And it is a three-point play. He makes it. 85% free thrower. McDonald and Mullen. Mullen will throw up a half-court heave. It is wide left. And the quarter is over. And the Warriors did not play a strong defensive quarter at all, as Portland lit him up for 33. At the end of one, Portland 33, the Warriors 23. Warriors in the first quarter hit 11 of 27, 41%. And certainly how they execute the offense is going to be very important against this breaking Portland team. Whenever you miss a shot, it really fuels what they want to get done. Portland 12 of 26, 46%. And the free throw disparity big. Portland 9 of 11. And the Warriors 1 of 3. And rebounds, Jim, is also big.
Yeah, the pattern is just recurring game in and game out as far as free throws and rebounds.
But one pattern different from the last ballgame. The Warriors played a strong first quarter, then tanked it the last 3. Let's see how they do after playing a bad first quarter. Maybe they'll be the opposite. Harris off the rim and out from 14. Rebound Feidel trying to muscle up inside over Maurice Lucas now to the ballgame for the first time. And way up top, Bob Delaney calls a holding foul on Jerry Seasting. That is Seasting's second foul of the ball game, and Feitl will be on the free throw line for 2.
Harris comes up a little short on the jump shot. Feitl does a good job of getting the rebound here, but in traffic, you got to be very cognizant of putting the ball on the floor. He took it down to the little man, and fortunately for him, comes up with a foul.
Well, I'll take back what I say. He won't shoot 2. He was not in the act of shooting. A proper call by Bob Delaney. Otis Smith throws over to Higgins. He is bumped from behind by Michael Holton, and Mike Mathis calls a push on Holton. That's Holton's second foul of the ball game, and now 21 seconds into the second quarter, Portland picks up 2 fouls.
And Portland has a very small lineup in there. I think Rod Higgins has a distinct advantage. They've got to move the ball around with a little bit more passing.
Here's Steve Harris over Anderson. Fouled of a shot. It goes in as it rolled over the front of the rim and through. Anderson lunging out late. Fouled Steve Harris. Harris goes for a 3-point play on his first bucket of this game.
First personal number 35, Richard Anderson.
And you mentioned the small front line. Anderson at 6 feet 10. The largest player that Mike Schuler has out there right now. Maurice Lucas at 6 feet 9.
And, of course, Anderson likes to go outside, so he's not really a 6'10" in the true aspect of the game. Now, Lucas is a strong player, but let's face it, he's on tired legs right now. He's not going to play like a Duckworth.
He's 36 years of age, in his 14th professional year. Spent 2 years in the ABA. Harris made his free throw. He has 3. Seasting out of the right baseline. This is a 15-footer rebound tip to Holton. Knocked away by Steve Harris. Picked up by the Warriors. Otis Smith. Otis throws left behind Harris, but Harris had him and threw behind Otis Smith. And Porter swipes it. Comes in. Higgins hugs him. And Porter will be shooting 2 free throws. And as Higgins made little attempt at foul, or a little attempt to defend it, he's also mad at the foul. I can't imagine him arguing this one. He literally wrapped his arms right around Terry Porter.
Of course, this is a play every guard loves to have. Coming at a big man, when you got a full head of steam up, a big man does not have a chance. That's why when you see one-on-one in practice, Greg, and a little man and a big man, the little man always has the advantage with quickness with nobody back there to block the shot.
That's a good point. Terry Teagle won the one-on-one Warrior contest last year. They have not yet conducted it this year.
I think I'm going to enter.
You think he'd have a shot? Porter's first free throw around the rim and good. Porter has 12. Portland last night broke a 9-game winning streak. And they have won 9 of the last 10 and 12 of their last 14. And the 2 defeats, both coming on the road, were by 1 point. And at the Boston Garden and Denver's McNichols Sports Arena. Tough places. And they both games they missed a jumper late in the ball game off the rim, which could have won the game. So they've been playing just outstanding basketball the last month. Porter made both free throws. Portland leads 35-26. Porter having a brilliant early ball game, has 13. Now Feitl on the far left side spins, and he is held and fouled by Maurice Lucas, who certainly is used to picking up fouls. He was out there to bang.
And of course, Feitl going one-on-one with Lucas. Lucas still a pretty good defensive player, always in the right position, just reaches in with a hand.
He's always been a great defensive player. Feitl over Lucas, far left side, threw it long from 12-1-15, rebound to Mulligan. He's tied up by Anderson and knocked it out of bounds. And the Warriors keep the basketball here. And George Carroll calls out a set play off the Warrior bench.
They've had success on a few out-of-bounds plays. Sometimes they've gotten a layup just cutting to the hoop with Higgins.
And generally it has been Rod that they have sprung. And they do spring Rod, but Chris throws the loop to Harris, who scores! Oh, nice play. As the Warriors did run the out-of-bounds play to perfection there as Higgins popped out right, but Harris took the wing shot, up a wing shot, the bottom of the circle shot. Harris's second bucket of the ballgame, he has 5. Anderson throws to Terry Porter. It is 35-20. Anderson, a jump hook from 5 off the rim and out. Rebound, Anderson, back up, left-handed right side. Mr. Lucas, the rebound of offensive foul, loose ball foul. On a very hot Maurice Lucas gives the ball back to the Warriors. And that is Lucas's second foul since coming into the ball game, and it is Portland's 15th foul. The Warriors are in the bonus situation very early.
Once again, Lucas goes back to what he's done all his career, the bread and butter plays, offensive rebounding. And again, what he has done for so many years, give a guy a little push in the back. That time, he was called on it by the veteran, Mike Mathis.
Yes, so Steve Harris shoots a couple of free throws. We saw Dave Feitl battling for the rebound, and Dave sometimes has a problem defensive rebounding, and it's certainly what we saw right there. He's not had great hands. He's not blessed with great hands. He probably could have had that rebound.
How about great leaping ability?
Well, he didn't have that, but he didn't need that on that sequence. If he would have just sucked the ball into his mitts, he would have had it. Now he grabs the rebound inside, and he scores. He didn't need either on that one. He missed his first free throw, grabbed the second, and scored inside. Or Harris, pardon me, missed the first free throw. He grabbed Harris's rebound, or missed free throw, and put the rebound in. Feidel has 4, Harris has 6. The Warriors now down 4, 35-31 to the fourth quarter. Portland the ball up and about to the Blazers keep it. They bring in their best player, Clyde Drexler, and take off Michael Holton.
That's got to be very encouraging. Have a missed free throw, pick it up, and put it in for a basket. It's been a long time since the Warriors have, and that just gives your team a lift.
Portland plays Terry Porter, Jerry Seaston. Clyde Drexler plays small forward tonight with the injury to Kersey. And it's Kevin Duckworth back into the game, and also Richard Anderson. Drexler, a left side shot is good. As Feidel was knocked down inside, he's mad. He was manhandled by Lucas inside, no call. Drexler is now 4 of 9 from the floor, and he has a 12-point ball game going. And now Drexler knocks the ball to Otis Smith from behind, but Otis picks it back up and scores a layup. As Duckworth had the ball and bobbled it, Otis Smith took it back, drove the lane, and scored. Otis Smith in that bucket now has 8. The Warriors down 37-33. Duckworth doubled it, gets out of it, comes down low right. Otis Smith recovers, blocks the shot, and Feidel takes that away. Feidel now throws for Higgins, who throws forecourt left. Otis Smith baseline left. Harris from 12. Good! And the Warriors are down to 2 with the Portland lead, and Mike Schuler storms up off the Portland bench and stops play. And the Coliseum crowd gets into it now. 9:18 to play in the first half. It is Portland 37, the Warriors 35. This man needs no introduction. Alvin Addles, 28th year. He has been connected with the Warriors organization. 11 as a player, Jim. 14 as a coach. A couple as a player coach. Longtime GM, now a vice president. What a man.
The second jersey retired, number 16. We saw Masheri a little bit earlier. Were there 2 tougher guys to ever play the game of basketball? Masheri and Al Addles?
Al Addles, everybody you talked to, the destroyer. He was a 5th-round draft pick out of North Carolina A&T and played 11 years in the NBA. It tells you right there how tough he was. There's Porter to Seasting right side. Good! From 20 feet away.
You never saw Masheri play, I don't think.
No, I never did.
Believe me, I saw he and Johnny Green get into a fight exhibition season up in Washington somewhere. And you know what? He was so intense in the fight, he had no recollection of it. That's a true story. Had no recollection that he was ever involved in the fight.
He had no recollection?
No recollection.
Of the fight. Was he popped in the fight?
No, not at all.
Let's just see. Feidel left side, a 20-footer off the side of the rim, and out. Rebound pulled down by Terry Porter.
To coin a phrase, Greg, he lost it.
He lost it. Okay, here's Porter over to Dreher. Who started that phrase? Drexler left side, a 20-footer off the rim. Rebound to Dave Feidel. It is 39-35. The Warriors down 4. We've played almost 4 the second quarter. Mullen, a bounce pass left side. Harris beats Anderson, throws it up off the rim and out. Rebound to Kevin Duckworth. Harris having a good ball game, though, has 8 in the quarter. As the Warriors have climbed back into the ring a bit in this quarter. Down low, Drexler scores off the glass as he just got inside on Dave Feidel. And Dave Feidel is going to be coming out of the ball game in a moment here as Jerome Whitehead gets back off the Warrior bench. The starting center will replace Feidel. 41-35. Mullen beats everybody inside, throws it up off the rim. White from 7. Chris is 2 for 7 from the floor. And now Porter comes forecourt.
You still have to keep going to the basket. The Warriors have come up short 2 times in a row, but they are getting to the basket. There's going to be a block probably on Otis Smith.
Now they call a charge on Clyde Drexler. From the left wing, he ran into Otis Smith. And we'll check it out on TV, see what happens.
The way things have been going all year, I thought that Drexler, of course, would get the advantage of the call. Otis Smith had pretty good position. Came in a little bit late. That's a questionable call, but the Warriors will take it. But the Warriors have to continue, Greg. To have any success, I think they have to continue to get to the basket rather than rely on that perimeter shot. You're going to get better position for offensive rebounding and, of course, create more fouls, get to the free throw line. Harris got to the, the 6-foot, 4-foot area a moment ago, didn't come up with it. Mullen was short. In fact, 2 good shots.
2 good shots, what they want. Mullen handles the offense now at the point forward. Over Otis Smith, he drives hard. He's fouled. He fires it off the back of the rim. No good. Otis Smith will shoot 2 free throws here. Clyde Drexler is the guilty party. Drexler has now committed 2 fouls in the ballgame. That's a supreme matchup of athletes over at the small forward. Mike Schuler's Clyde Drexler against George Carl's Otis Smith. The Warriors right now play this lineup as Otis Smith makes his first free throw. Mullen's going to handle and play the point guard in actuality. Steve Harris, the off guard. Otis Smith, small forward. Higgins plays the power forward. And Jerome Whitehead will be the center. Otis Smith averages almost 12 a ball game. Already has 9. Now make it 10. He made both. And the Warriors have it down to 41-37. The Blazers play Terry Porter at point guard. Jerry Seasting off guard. Small forward, Drexler. Power forward, Anderson. And the center is Duckworth. Here's Porter. Over to Anderson for a three. It's up and good. That's his second three-point try, his first made. And again, he leads this ball club. He has now made 27 as a Blazer. And earlier this year, he made 6 as a member of the Rockets before they cut him. And they may have made a mistake cutting him. He's been a strong find as a scorer and a rebounder as well. Here's Whitehead down low on a jump hook off the rim, left-handed from 5. Another good Warrior shot goes out, rebounded Drexler, forecourt Anderson. Here comes a three again. It's good. Right side. Richard Anderson is smoking it up late, Jim. He is hitting, coming into the ballgame, 8 of his last 15. For a big guy, we've seen it before. This guy can really shoot from outside.
Yes, he can. Once he gets that rhythm and has the confidence like he did right there, he came down on a fast break early offense and took the three-pointer. You're in trouble.
He hits back-to-back three-pointers. He has 6 immediately now. The Blazers go back up by 10, 47-37. And Mullen throws inside. A nice move. Otis Smith scores, but he stepped out of bounds. To negate a strong post-up move. And that far right side as Otis spun it too hard towards the baseline and clearly stepped out of bounds. Steve Harris goes off the floor, and George Carr goes back to his more conventional look of Winston Garden playing the point guard. We have 6:20 to play in this first quarter. The Warriors playing game 2 of a 4-game homestand. The Lakers will be here on Sunday at 7:30. The Lakers' last trip in it. And there are some limited seats left at 415-762-PASS. Seasting hits a three.
Well, right now, of course, the Warriors are trying to double team the pass. When the ball goes to somebody else, they're coming at him with 2 men, and the Blazers are moving the ball around, and they got a couple of guys that can put it in from outside.
And Portland has scored 50 points only halfway through this second quarter. Otis Smith drives, throws up a circus shot, tipped off the glass by Whitehead, and run down by Otis Smith. Otis drove hard left and threw it up off balance at the far left wing. Now Mullen White wing scores with his feet set on a nice-looking jumper. Mullen now has in the ballgame 6 points on 3 of 8 from the floor. His first second quarter bucket. It's 50-39. Drexler a jump pass to Duckworth. The one-hander is up and good. Going for a big man. Not a big man. He is huge. He is so agile.
Yeah, he put on the brakes so fast and still had nice control going to the hoop with the shot. A nice feathery touch.
52-39. A Blazer 13-point lead. Mullen over Porter, and it's good. And Porter wasn't being screened. Just did not do a great job defending on Mullen. And you got to come out and smother Chris's outside shot without a doubt. He's at 2 in a row. He has 8. The Warriors trail 52-41. Seasting, right side. Anderson on 3. Good! He's at 3 threes. The last 3 minutes or probably less. 55-41. All of a sudden he has 9 points.
Yeah, with this lineup, I'd give up the double teaming, believe me.
Garland drives left side. It's off the rim and out. Rebound pulled by Garland in the lane. He's knocked down. He throws it back to Mullen, who misses a 7-footer on the fadeaway. And now Porter goes down hard. Side up, and the ball is knocked away. No whistle. Pulled down by Higgins, who drives Anderson up. It is bouncing off the glass of the rim and no good. And the foul is called. And Mike Schuler's going wild up off the Portland bench. He feels his player was fouled inside. He may have a strong argument here. Foul on Anderson, his second.
Well, the shot comes up a little close or short here, but Porter, with the rebound, has his feet knocked out from under him, goes to the floor. You thought he was hurt for a moment. He came alive all of a sudden, and the ball came out to Higgins. He took it to the basket, got the foul by Anderson. The ball did not go in. Higgins goes to the line for 2. Can cut this lead from 14 to 12 on the ensuing 2 free throws, Greg.
Otis Smith goes off the floor, Jim, and the Warriors bring in Ben McDowell. Rod Higgins' first free throw is good. And now Michael Holton will come back in for Mike Schuler, and Terry Porter gets a well-deserved rest. He played outstanding basketball, scoring 13, and Holton comes back in with 3 points.
Kind of a crazy sequence of events.
Certainly was. Higgins drops home both. The Warriors from the line now have hit 7 of 10. Portland 11 of 13. The Warriors have it at 12. They now pressure Holton. George Carroll thinks he can get after these Portland guards. They are turnover prone. Drexler out of the right wing scores. An 18-footer over good defense by Ben McDowell. And now George Carroll will want to talk about defense. I told you last time, first half they scored 70. They have 57, and we have 4:26 to go in the half. Portland 57, the Warriors 43. Well, his nickname is Nate the Great, but in all actuality, he is the greatest. I'm talking about a man. As large as he is, that's how big his heart. Last night, he put on a function at the Fairmount. They roasted Rick Barry, and as we've been talking about, $102,000 they raised. Rick Barry was certainly a part of that, but Nate Thurman was the guy who put it all on, did it all. And Nate Thurman, in addition to being, a great player, he averaged 15 rebounds a game throughout his brilliant career. Is just a superlative man. We'll talk more about Nate. Here's Mullen left side from 20. It is good. It's a 57-45 ball game for Portland. 4:08 to play. Mullen has 10 trying to warm up here late in the quarter and a half. He's hit 3 of his last 4.
Yeah, talking about Nate Thurman, of course. He worked for a year. The ball's going to go out of bounds here.
Well, they almost saved it. Duckworth bobbled the ball. He kept it in, and Duckworth could not save. He dived near the sideline and steps over the end line for the Portland turnover. That's now their 6th turnover of the ball game.
But the Warriors have the ball. But Nate Thurman worked a year on that roast, putting it together, just put everything he had, just like on the court, put everything he had into it. He is such a great individual.
Winston Garland from 20 off the rim. Rebound Higgins. He's fouled inside by Kevin Duckworth. And that will put right on the free throw line for George Carroll.
0-0, Kevin Duckworth.
Duckworth's first foul of the ball game. So you've met the 3 previous gentlemen that had their numbers retired. Thomas Sherry, Al Adelis,
Number 22,
and Nate Thurman. Coming up at halftime, we're going to carry as much as we can for you of Rick Barry's induction. And I talked to Rick at length before the ball game. And this one means more to him, I think, than the Hall of Fame of basketball and the Bay Area Sports Hall of Fame. The reason being, it is closer to home. I mean, he is going to be saluted in front of a lot of people that mean a lot of things to Rick Barry. He played in front of these people, so it's going to be, in some ways, a lot more emotional.
That's exactly what it is tonight. It's emotional for Rick.
Higgins made both. He has 5 off the rim from Drexler. Run down by Mullen. Warriors down 10. They're trying to get some emotion late in the half and carry a halftime with a sensational serve. Mullen helps out with a nice driving layup up the gut of the Portland defense.
Doesn't do it with speed, but does it with great court sense.
Mullen has now hit 4 of his last 5. Now Mullen's blocked clear over the baseline. A foul off the ball on Richard Anderson. And the Warriors down 8, getting back into the ball game. That foul on Anderson is his 3rd foul of the ball game.
Almost got a pick clean from behind, but he knows where everybody is. Just took it right to the basket, showed him the ball a little bit, got Duckworth out of position, laid it in. Great court sense. I mean, the man knows where people are.
I would say of all of the Warriors playing now, his game is most similar to that of Rick Barry than anybody else in the ball club. Here's McDonald, throws to Higgins. Higgins behind. Whitehead bobbles the ball, and it's picked up by Holton. Bad pass by Rod. Drexler, what a great pass to Porter, who scores a layup left side. He got a bit lucky on a left-hand layup, and he released very quickly. He had to. He was going to be smothered on it, and it bounced off the rim a couple of times, went in. Porter had it his way in the first half, has 15 points. Here's Mullen, right side, off the rim and out. Rebound Caldwell-Jones back into the game for the final 2:38 of the first half. Drexler over to Holton. Holton a bounce past Porter, beats Higgins, then backs away. Great move, and he scores an 18-footer. You know, Terry Porter was a pretty good scorer in college his senior year at Wisconsin-Stevens Point, albeit at an NAIA school. He was a 20-point-a-game man, so he can score, certainly.
Listen, there are a lot of men in the NBA that are supposed to be non-scorers. You go back and look at their college records, and they were pretty good scorers.
Higgins, the right side, 15-footer is out. Rod, a quiet ball game, is 0 for 6 from the floor. We have him. All 5 of his points from the free throw line. Duckworth, his team up 12. Gets down low, a head fake, and he travels. They call an offensive foul, I believe, but an actual effort. I think he traveled before he made contact. That's Duckworth's 2nd foul of the ball game. The Warriors don't care what the call was. They want the ball with 2:02 to play. Otis Smith comes back in. Higgins, struggling, goes off the floor.
Yeah, that's just a fallacy. Amplifying that point you made about scorers. A lot of scorers that are averaging, 6-7 points a ball game in the NBA set the collegiate record when they were in school. And it's just not true.
Mullen right side, a 3-pointer. Mullen answers back on the Warriors' first 3-pointer made. Chris having a big second quarter, now has 11 of his 15. He had a 16-point fourth quarter here against the Suns, 61-52.
He scored at St. John's, and he scored here in the NBA also.
Drexler right side off the rim, rebound batted by Whitehead. He could have pulled it, I think, but over to Holton. Holton to Drexler, throws to Porter. Another Portland second shot. It's been the difference. Holton over to Duckworth, right side, good. And he's been the difference in their play the last month. It's becoming a star to the last 26 straight ball games. They are 18-8. They're up 11 of the first half tonight, 1:10 to go. Duckworth has 13. Garland loose the ball, regains it though. Almost travels, keeps his pivot foot over to Mullen, right side around. Duckworth comes in, left side, he scores a layup. As he beat Caldwell-Jones. Mullen having a brilliant second quarter, now has 17 in the ball game, 13 here. 1 minute to play in the quarter and a half. 63-54. The Warriors down 9. Trying to get this crowd pumped up for the jersey retirement coming up in a moment. with a strong run, and they're doing it. Porter down low, Caldwell Jones up. Travel on Caldwell Jones as he was knocked hard, but before the Warriors hit him, their double-teaming defense makes the play. Duckworth off the floor. Warriors take Whitehead out and bring in Dave Hoppin for the final 46 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Winston Garland. Garland now into the fourth quarter. Throws over to Smith. They clear the side on Drexler. Spins and throws it back up top. Garland. It's right from 18. Rebound better than a bounce by Hoppin. The Warriors keep the ball as it went off of Maurice Lucas. And with 31 seconds to play, George Karl stops it with a 20-second Warrior timeout. This final sequence certainly will be important as far as momentum heading into the halftime.
And of course, the Warriors get down by 14 in that second quarter. Flurry by the Portland Trailblazers, making a little bit of a comeback.
Warriors will play the final two games on the homestand coming up Sunday and Wednesday of the coming week. The Lakers will be here at 7:30, then Sacramento will be here also at 7:30 on Wednesday. Seats left for both games. The Lakers game, I am told, though, they are dwindling down. Fast Ticketmaster Center is the place to get them. Tower Records in the warehouse at 415-762-BASS. Last defensive sequence, Jim, the Warriors double team Caldwell Jones. And I want to talk a bit about that quickly. The Warriors, George Karl feels, regardless of the opponent, his players play a lot better when they're doubling, scrambling, they're more involved. When they play straight up one-on-one, they sometimes fall asleep on it.
Involved is the right word. They get involved, and then it gives them a little bit more of adrenaline.
That's not a good quality to have, certainly. You'd like to have the luxury to not double team. McDonald on the left side, a 20-footer's out, rebound to Hoffman, back up, his jump hook is no good. Rebound, Otis Smith had it and lost it. And George Karl, feeling the emotion of the moment there, throws his hand up in the air. Portland will have the last shot now. Shot clock is off. They come forth court with 10 to play. Up 63-54. Porter throws Drexler. Drexler throws inside Lucas. He's inside. He throws it up off the rim of the glass. Tipped up by Caldwell Jones. No good. And the horn sounds. And the half is done. Now the Warriors played a much better late half, in particular defensively, and they leave after two quarters down by 9. Coming up, the Warriors retire number 24. We'll have as much of the ceremony as we can bring you. It certainly should be fun. Our halftime score, Portland 63 and Warriors 54.
Let's interpret the stats. What do they mean? It looks like in the second quarter, what happened, the Warriors started going to the basket. They got themselves to the line. They got a few more offensive rebounds. Half of those 24 rebounds came from the offensive end because of penetration to the basket. They also did a better job of defensive rebounding, and they got a few breaks in their own right. Fast breaks down the court. When you get the rebound off a first missed shot, you're going to get Portland in transition and catch them unguarded at the other end.
All right, the Warriors down 9, Jim. The ceremony was great, but it was a lot longer than it was supposed to be. I mean, the players had to wait, I'd guess, maybe 15, 20 minutes longer than a regular halftime. How will that affect them?
Well, it may affect them, it may not. Some players don't like it. It's how they handle it psychologically. If you let it handle you and say, gee, it's going to upset me, then it probably will. But if you control your own destiny and don't worry about it, you can't change the world, you can't control things, you just go out there and play.
And it only happens, once every 10 years. Here's Jerome Whitehead, right side, going to work on Duckworth. A running hook shot off the rim, out. Rebound to Caldwell Jones. The Blazers begin Terry Porter and Michael Holt in their backcourt, the front line. Kevin Duckworth, Clyde Drexler play small forward. Caldwell Jones at power forward. Drexler, a three-pointer, is up and good. Portland now is in 5 of 8 on three-point shots. That is Drexler's first. Richard Anderson made 3 in a row in the first half. He wound up 3 of 4 on his three-pointers. And the Warriors now fall behind 66-54, down 12. Here's Winston Garland over to Mullen in the right wing, watched by Porter. He throws to Whitehead, going to work on the smaller Drexler. The ball knocked away with his quick hands, but it's picked up by the Warriors. McDonald over to Higgins. The Whitehead, a great pass, and Jerome scores a layup off the glass. A brilliant pass by Rod Higgins from that left baseline to the rolling Whitehead. It is now a 66-56 ball game. The Warriors are down 10. Here's Terry Porter on the left wing from 20 feet away. It is good. Terry Porter just keeps on coming. He now has 19 points. He is capable of having a big ball game against the Lakers the other night. A big Portland win, a 112-95 win. He went for a season high at 33.
Yeah, he's lighting up from the outside.
Mullen gets down low as he beats Porter and scores a banker off the glass. Mullen also having a big ball game both inside and outside. He has 19 points. And the Warriors are down 10 again. Here's Drexler over to Porter. Michael Holton right side, bumped by Garland, throws it up long from 12. Rebound batted out of bounds by Whitehead. And the Warriors will be getting the ball back. It was off of Whitehead, but it went off of one of the Blazers, but after it went off of Jerome. So George Carroll has the ball back, and Mike Schuler's a bit perplexed.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that, but it was a good call by the official. It did glance off the hands of Duckworth. And it's interesting to note the first two baskets come from going to the basket inside Mullen, and of course the great pass from Higgins into Jerome Whitehead.
Here's Winston Garland, Jim right side, bumped by Holton. As Drexler goes down hard, gets up slow, and now he's okay. Garland scored in the lane on a 7-footer. He has his first bucket of the ballgame. He was 0 for 6 in the first half.
It looks like the Warriors are making a conscious effort trying to get into the paint area.
Here's Drexler on a 3-pointer. It's up off the rim. Rebound to Whitehead. Whitehead in the first half pulled his 2 rebounds in 15 minutes. The Warriors throw the ball. Whitehead does left side, knocked it out of bounds by Drexler. And the Warriors keep the basketball. We've told you many times about Drexler's defense. And early on last year when Mike Schuler was in his first year with the ball club, he had a tough time with Clyde Drexler's defense. He does not often stay within the scheme. He is a chancy defensive player, plays the lanes, and he's a great athlete, of course, and he can't come up with a lot of steals. He is 5th in the NBA this year in steals. He was 5th last year. Whitehead, right side, Mullen. It is up off the rim and out. Rebound tipped by Duckworth. It is run down by Mullen. He jumps to save. He does right to Higgins. Nice play by Chris. Higgins to Whitehead. He goes up and he blows a layup off the glass from 3. His own rebound back up. It's no good. Clean block by Duckworth and pulled down as Higgins missed the back. Rebound to Duckworth. The Warriors, a gut-wrenching sequence there. Don't get a basket. They got about 3 3-footers. Mullen lunging, saves forecourt. But nobody's back in the forecourt besides 2 Blazers. Caldwell Jones picks it up.
I think they can call icing on that one.
And is that very true? Chris lunged at the ball to the backboard. It crossed certainly in hockey 2 lines. Left side up. Long shot by Drexler. Top of the backboard. It hits. That's a dead ball rebound for the Warriors. You are right. Mullen, what he did, he rolled in the backcourt side for the Warriors. He threw his body at the ball and he rolled it all the way into the forecourt of his team.
I'm in a quandary why Jerome Whitehead didn't just stuff the basketball down there. He had the angle to the basket in 2 sequences.
He won't often stuff it. Here's the alley-oop, and Higgins redirects a layup and it rolls off the rim and away. And the Warriors don't score again as the ball was just lying on the rim. Didn't go in, though. Porter to Drexler, right side from 18. That's in and out. Rebound tipped by Jerome, and it's run down by Michael Holton with a hustle rebound. Over to Drexler, and he scores a layup off the glass beautifully as he had the ball down low around his chest, and then brought it up quickly right side and scooped it up off the glass. He has 21, Jim.
Yeah, and Holton just pushed off of Ben McDonald. McDonald, I thought, had an angle on the rebound. The Warriors are still playing very good basketball right now in the early moments of the second half.
Here's Mullen. Good from 21 feet away. Mullen, a 21-point ball game. Remember, he had 13 in the second quarter. He has 4 quickly in the first 4 of the third on 2 of 3. And the Warriors now down 70-62. Terry Porter backs away. Porter goes by Mullen over to Duckworth, and Duckworth fouled, and he scores a layup off the glass. And Terry Porter right now is just having a tremendously effective basketball game. He is just playing beautifully for this team.
And you really can't fault Jerome Whitehead. He had to give help. Porter clearly beat Chris Mullen to the basket. Duckworth was out a little bit higher along the baseline, and of course when Whitehead made the switch, he was totally out of position to contain Duckworth going to the basket. Duckworth, it was a little ticky-tack foul, unfortunately. If you're going to foul a guy, make sure he doesn't make the basket. Right there, he makes the basket, and now he makes the entry and free throw.
Especially on that guy. In a ticky-tack foul like that, he won't even feel you. Duckworth dropped home his free throw. He has 16 points tonight against the Warriors this year, an average of 20 and a half, and overall against the league 13-6. But again, since becoming a starter the last 26, 21 a ball game. 73-62, Portland up 11. Here's Garland around Jerry Seasick into the ball game. A banker off the glass and out. Winston has run for 8 in the ball game. The rebound of the Warriors, Whitehead, and inside, he is fouled before he shot and scored a holding foul on Michael Holton.
First team, third personal. Number 6.
And are we going to have some free throws or no?
Don't ask me. George Carl was right in my view.
We can't have free throws or else there would have been a 3-point. That's why George is so upset. He walked down the baseline. He felt that Whitehead was fouled in the act of shooting. And what they called, Mike Mathis called a holding foul on Holton before Whitehead brought it up. Higgins right side, a 3-pointer. Good! And Higgins is in now. That's his first 3-point goal of the ball game. Mullen made one earlier. Higgins having a quiet game, 8 points. That's his first bucket of the game. He is 0 for 5 from the floor. Here's Terry Porter with the Warriors trailing now 73-65. We've played 4:35. Third quarter. Drexler, cross-court pass Holton, now left wing to Porter, left baseline back to Holton. He bombs away and throws it long from 18. Rebound Whitehead. Whitehead throws Garland. Garland throws forecourt left to Mullen. Mullen throws right. Higgins gets behind the line and comes inside of it. Now to Mullen, who's behind the top of the key. It's good!
Is that a great signal?
What a play.
Now that is basketball.
Beautiful. And Mike Schuler, I believe, wanted to call a timeout, and decided not to. The Warriors were sensing a timeout, and they were running off the floor. And George Karl said, "Get back out there." They're coming up the floor. Schuler started to call the timeout, then said, "Hang on,
Everyone
let's play it up."
Everyone in sync right there. Mullins and Higgins really reading each other.
And Duckworth down low, scores a layup, or did he? The basket count inside. Bob Delaney calls a foul on Rod Higgins, a pushing foul. No basket. We're going to have 2 shots coming up for Duckworth. When we come back, timeout called by George Karl. We have 6:51 to play in the third quarter. And the Warriors have it down to 5. It is 73-68. All right, Greg Papa and Jim Barnett back at the Oakland Coliseum Arena on the simulcast. Third quarter. The Warriors have trimmed some of the lead down thanks to some three-point shooting. The Warriors have hit 2 in this period. Portland just 1 for the ball game. Portland 5 of 9, led by Richard Anderson 3. Also Seaston has 1. And
that's got to be wrong.
Why is that?
You got 2 three-point shots from the outside. You have Mullen going to the basket. You had Jerome Whitehead with a little 4-footer. They have 4 field goals. The Warriors.
Those were three-point field goals in the ball game.
Oh, excuse me. I read that wrong.
You did read it wrong.
But I was keeping track of the field goals.
Let's just be quiet now. Forget what happened. Let's not say anything. All right, Greg Papa and Jim Barnett back at the Oakland Coliseum Arena. The 2 free throws by the Portland Trailblazers were made by Kevin Duckworth. He has 18 points in the ballgame. 75-68, the Warriors down 7. Here's McDonald driving, and he is fouled by Caldwell Jones.
I'm going to read that a little better.
Caldwell Jones played with Rick Barry on the ABS. Old Caldwell Jones is 37 years old.
And of course, McDonald puts it on the floor. Does a nice job of just making Caldwell Jones commit himself. McDonald knew that if he took it straight to the hoop, he'd probably get a block. Caldwell Jones, one of the leaders in shot blocks throughout his career. I played with him in Philadelphia in 1976-77.
He was in Philly for 6 years, made the playoffs every year. Last 2 years, All-NBA defensive first-teamer, throws the inbound to Holton, and Mullen is called for a foul immediately. The ball will remain to Portland. That's the third foul of the ball game on Mullen, and the third Warrior team foul of the first 5:23 of this third quarter. Our score now is 75-70. The Warriors down 5. Put a trap on Portland. Something George Karl thinks they'll work, and he's waiting for it to the right side. He feels this is it. Porter to Duckworth. Duckworth who can dribble well for a big man. Is doubled. Bounces to Porter. Shot clock halfway through. Porter finds Caldwell Jones. Jones throws to Duckworth. He's doubled over to Drexler, who comes in, and he scores a layup. And not just a layup. He put it above his head like he was going to dunk it. He brought it back down to his chest, brought it back above his head, and laid it off the rim ever so gently, and it rolled right in for him. What a great play by Drexler, who has 23 points.
2 Warriors from the weak side have just got all the attention on Duckworth.
Running right side off the heel of the rim of the baseline. Rebound, Bolton, lefty fires, lefty, a one-hand outlet to Porter, who jumps to save. Feet inbounds, but to Mullen. And Mullen comes 4-1 for the Warriors, down 7. A bounce pass high to Garland, up off the glass. It is up. Rebound, Mullen, right side of an offensive rebound. Duckworth smothers him, he backs away, comes back in. He jumps, he shoots, he scores, he's fouled. Oh, what a play by Chris Mullen there.
Well, I think he caught everybody sleeping.
He really made a very smart play, Jim.
Well, he did a nice thing here. Winston makes a tough shot, almost makes a tough shot. Mullen comes up with a rebound. Now, just appreciating the possession, he started to take it out, and then he saw a little hole open up, just swung it to the weak side of the basket, got his body into Caldwell Jones and laid it in. This is a free throw uncharacteristic.
What a play. What a play by Mullen. Missed the free throw. It is 77-72. Porter, forecourt right side. Buries an 18-footer. And Porter has 21. What Mullen did for the radio side of our simulcast was he was inside. He went back outside to alleviate the tension inside, went back in, and scored away up from his foul. Now, Garland off to a very bad ballgame. Missed 8 of his first 9. Makes his 10th on a driving layup. Terry Porter drives all the way in. Whitehead reaches in it and fouls him. Or was it Mullen?
I think
Mike Mathis.
Mike Higgins.
It's not Higgins. Neither guy. It was Higgins, who was also in the vicinity, who reached in.
Yeah,
that's Rod's 4th foul of the ballgame.
And what you want to do here, you can see that Chris is going to get beaten. You just have to jump toward the paint area. You don't want to reach in with the hands. You want to play defense with the feet. Try to get position. You reach in, it's automatic in this league.
Terry Porter shoots 2 from the line this year, 84%. His scoring average 14.6, up from last year's 13.1, up from his rookie year at 7.1, and now he has 22. He made his first free throw. A couple of years ago, I was always speaking about how there's not many great young point guards in the NBA, and now it seems like almost every team has a good young point guard. Terry Porter, Mark Jackson, Winston Garland, Nate McMillan. Vern Fleming over at Indiana does not get a lot of ink. There are so many just good quality young. Kenny Smith, Derek Sacramento. Derek Harper and Derek Harper's a great player. And they're all young. They're all less than 5 years in the league. Porter made both. He has 23. Throw it over to Whitehead. Fadeaway shot off 1 foot. 7-footer off the rebound. Rebounded Duckworth. Duckworth rebounding well tonight. Here's Jerry Seasting, who used to play with Vern Fleming in Indiana. He was his backup point guard. And Seasting bombs away off the rebound from 20. Rebound to Ben McDonald. The Warriors down 7. Four-point Garland. Too long. Mullen pulls it down. A jump pass. Higgins scores! A layup! Mullen made a great play. It looked like Lance Allward up the field there. Kept both feet in bounds on a too-high pass by Garland and then dropped it back to Higgins. A brilliant play by Chris. Higgins has 10. A whistle. And George Carroll's team called for illegal defense.
You know, that was a spectacular by Chris, because most people would have just thrown it up for grabs. He had the presence of mind to really understand who was coming into the lane and filling in. He saw Higgins breaking, and Higgins, of course, knows that Chris has those capabilities. He kept coming on.
And what was Jerry Seasting doing guarding Mullen? What was he going to take a shot over the top of the backboard? I mean, he was already out of bounds, and Seasting kept going towards him. That's how much they respect Mullen. I mean, he's falling out of bounds. And Seasting went at him. Illegal defense gives Portland the ball. A fresh shot clock. Caldwell Jones, a 7-footer off the glass in the rim. He has not scored the ball game yet. 0 for 4. He's out there for rebounding a shot blocking. Garland, who was silent the first half, didn't score, has 6 in the third quarter, and he's penetrating, and he's pulling up. He's at 3 of 5.
What he did there was just use Portland's big men as defensive weapons to elude his defender.
Warriors have it down 3. Drexler from 18 off the rim and out. Rebound, Rod Higgins. Higgins goes a two-hand, 4-court pass to Garland. Bumped by Porter. Throws. McDonald, he goes in. Scores a layup over Seasting. And the Warriors have it down to 1 at 81-80. And Mike Schubert does not call a timeout. Now he does, and does he ever? He is laying into his team. He almost broke his fingers calling the timeout. He's so hot. And this crowd is also hot, and a different sense. 3:49 to play in the third quarter. The Warriors, as always, have gotten back in. They're down 1, 81-80. The Portland Trailblazers are the 5th best rebounding team in basketball, but they are playing without tonight 2 of their better rebounders. Jerome Kersey, who was their best rebounder, at 8.6 a ball game, and Steve Johnson. And if you think that Kiki Vandeweghe, you mentioned it, Kiki Vandeweghe's not here with a bad back. Sam Bowie out for the whole year. This team has been devoured by injury, but still one of the best teams. Third best in the Western Conference at 40-22. And left side, they score. Nice shot there by Kevin Duckworth with a jump hook in the left wing on about a 7-footer. He now has a 20-point ball game. Portland back up by 3, 83-80. Here's Whitehead to Higgins. Warriors in the quarter, 11 of 20. Portland 6 of 14. And the Warriors are rebounding Portland in the quarter, 11 of 7. Mullen on the right side goes down hard with his back. No foul. And the rebound of Portland's Caldwell Jones to Porter, right side of the open. Seasting from 20. He misses. Rebound. Oh, mistimed by Whitehead. Drexler grabs the board, goes up, and Jerome is forced to foul him. They call a foul actually on Ben McDonald, not on Jerome. And Jerome had the rebound, and he simply jumped too soon.
Well, Drexler hit inside position. Once again, that early offense just gets you down and scattered, and you've got many choices to come to. They gave it to the open man. He couldn't put it down, but it gives Drexler a chance to come inside. He makes the first free throw. And when you get those quick shots, Greg, again, everybody's scattered, you come up with offensive rebounds very, very often. Portland Trailblazers do that as well as anyone.
Otis Smith comes in for George Carroll. Drexler made both free throws. He is the 5th best behind Michael Jordan at 33.9. Dominique Wilkins, 31.3. Larry Bird, 30.2. And Barkley at 28.5. Drexler, 26.7. The 2 free throws give him 25. We have 3 to play in the third quarter. 85-80. Portland has scored the last 2 buckets, or actually 4 points. A bucket of the 2 free throws. Garland up off the rim and out. Batted out of bounds by Portland. And the Warriors, Caldwell Jones was the guy who knocked it out. And the Warriors keep the ball as Dave Feidel throws in his mouthpiece. He's coming into the ball game. And Jerome Whitehead walks off the floor. So George Carroll plays Garland, Mullen, Otis Smith, McDonald, and Feidel. Mike Schuler plays Porter, Seasting, Drexler, Caldwell Jones, and Kevin Duckworth. Here's Garland beating Drexler. A one-hander's up off the glass and good on a 12-footer. And Garland has hit for 8 points in the quarter. All 8 of his points in the game of the quarter. He's hit 4 of 6. He's made 3 straight.
He just blew by Clyde Drexler.
85-82. Drexler Watched by McDonald, drives, jump pass to Porter. Porter drives, jump pass high, pulled by Seasting. Throws a whip pass to Caldwell Jones, left wing. Now far left side to Porter. Now right baseline to Seasting. Shot clock at 3. Fires and scores a swish. 22-footer by Seasting. Portland appeared to be in trouble, but they kept composed, find the open man, and Seasting could shoot. Hit it. Now Garland chews him up and scores on a run in the lane. And Portland may want to bring in Michael Holton, their best guard defender, and get the guys off the floor because he is chewing up Garland, is Porter and Seasting. Porter drives, and a foul going to be called on Garland, far right side, with 2:02 to play in the third quarter.
Yeah. Of course, Winston Garland dogging Terry Porter. Now, Porter gives him a little left arm push-off there, but obviously they call the foul on Winston before that contact. Winston just chewing up the Portland defense, goes right to score on a tough shot by Drexler. Then he goes left to score around Seasting, and you can bet he's going to come down and try to penetrate once again, Greg.
Number 30, Terry Porter, 1 plus the penalty, 2 shots.
Terry Porter. His first free throw is up and around the rim and no good. Portland from the line now, 18 of 21. And the Warriors have hit 11 of 15. Porter in his third year again from Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Very tiny school in Wisconsin. But he was a great, great player in college. Was a round 1 pick, the last overall pick, number 24. And you're saying 24 in round 1 of those 23 teams in the NBA. That was the year Cleveland was able to purchase a draft pick to make up for all of the things Ted Stepien did in that franchise. Porter made one of his 2. He has 24. Right side shot is up by Garland and out. Rebound pulled by the Warriors. By Portland, pardon me, Drexler, who almost stumbles to the bounds, but he keeps his feet and throws the ball away before he does to Porter. Porter to Seasting. Seasting will run your ragged off picks over to Duckworth, back to Porter. A minute and a half to play. Duckworth right side, going to post up, spins hard, ball blocked by Feigl, and carried around, pulled by Garland. Garland 4-court, Warriors down 4. Garland a jump pass to Otis Smith. He drives lane, and back to Garland, open from 12. It's right off the rim. Rebound tipped by Mullen. A loose ball foul going to be called on Mullen, which sent George Karl wild. It was called by rookie official Bob Delaney.
And Chris got on his tippy toes trying to avoid contact. The ball did come out long. Winston, you see here, shoot from about 16 feet left wing. Now, the ball did come out long. Seasting gave a little bit of an act. There might have been a little contact, but Chris Mullen is a smart basketball player. He knew he would be an automatic foul if he did climb the back. He tried to avoid contact. And if you've never played the game, you don't understand the mentality of the play and what was in Chris's mind at that point.
It was a good play. It was just a very tight call. It could have gone either way. That's what George Karl was upset about.
Yeah, well, but I understand where Chris was coming from. He had a distinct height advantage. The ball, it was anybody's ball because it came out long. And Chris did everything he could to avoid contact. That just has to be an open play. And so many times the officials jump on that and say it's automatic over the back. He had inside position.
And you mentioned also Seasting a smart play because he hammed it up. He threw himself on that floor.
Sure.
He looked like Larry Holmes. It was Mike Tyson a few weeks ago. Free throws by Seasting, good. He is a great free throw shooter, about 90%. He made both. He has 9 of the ball game off the bench, and he has 4 in the quarter. And we have 1:05 to play in the quarter. The Warriors now down 6. Steve Harris, a jumper, good. Left side over Michael Holton. Harris now has 10 points. He scored 8 in the second quarter. That's his first shot of the third quarter. Just getting into the game in the third quarter. 53 seconds to play. 17 for Portland to shoot. Drexler over to Seasting. A jump pass. Now the ball thrown away by Richard Anderson. Seasting through Anderson, top of the key. The Warriors ran out of them, and well, they should. He's hit 3 3-pointers in the ball game. Anderson made a quick pass right side to nobody. Portland has now committed 12 turnovers. The Warriors only 6. 90-86. Warriors down 4. They were down at halftime by 9 at 63-54. Garland spins, one-hander is up, off the rim, out rebound. Lucas tips, and Maurice Lucas pulls. He is a very effective rebounder. Pulls 1 every 3.9 minutes. The second best in the ball club behind Duckworth. Here's Drexler, bumped by McDonald. Over to Anderson, feet behind the line. Bingo! He's hit 4 3-pointers. And he has 12 points. All 4 3-pointers.
You couldn't stop that one. You had to collapse in on Drexler. He had to move to the basket. They just find Anderson, and he knows what to do with it.
He is in his 4th year. Anderson from UC Santa Barbara. Garland drives, fouled off the glass. And the rim, it rolls away. Foul called on Maurice Lucas.
Well, you've summed it up already, Greg. What a quarter Winston Garland is having. I mean, he is doing everything right now. No one can contain him. No one can stop him.
Nobody.
I mean, they had Drexler on him. They had Porter on him. Now they've got Holton on him. And It's no problem.
And you know as well as I, Mike Schuler spent 3 years with Don Nelson. It was Schuler who constructed Nelly's defense. He's the guy that they put it all together. He's got to be killing himself because certainly, I mean, their perimeter defense on Garland's been awful, but nobody's stepped up at all to help out. I mean, they've had nobody step in. I think Caldwell Jones will be a big factor in the fourth quarter. Otherwise, Garland's going all the way in. Garland missed his second, made his first. Now Drexler from quarter court throws it up late. Bob Delaney waved off the 35-footer and said Clyde released late. Didn't matter. His shot, his heave was well light and wide right. So we have played down 3 quarters. The Warriors have climbed back and are down 6 at 93-87. At halftime, the shooting numbers were 51% for Portland and 40.7% for the Warriors. So now after 3, the Warriors have upped it. They're at 46%, 37 of 81, and Portland has hung even at 33 of 65. They're at 51. And now the fourth quarter is underway. The Warriors were down 10 after 1, down 9 after 2. Begin the fourth, down 6, 93-87. Here's Richard Anderson left side over to Drexler, drives over to Porter, up off the glass, out, and a foul going to be called. A pushing foul on Dave Filo, which will give 2 free throws to Terry Porter, who came off a pick left side and ran the lane.
Yeah, Portland calls this the old UCLA play.
For Portland, number 30, Terry Porter, 2 shots.
Warriors, after being outscored in the first quarter by 10, outscored Portland 31-30 in the second, then 33-30 in the third. But again, a lot of points for Portland in every single quarter, and George Karl didn't feel his team could outshoot this Portland team. He needed to get a defensive stand if the team was going to win the ballgame, and he has not gotten that yet. His team is scoring a little better, Jim, but still not defending well.
That's exactly right. They're doing a lot better job of rebounding than they were in the first quarter. But you don't want this to come down to a game where you fall just a little bit short, and you have to say, gee, they played another great game, and it was competitive.
Everybody's tired of that.
And you get a loss.
Everybody's tired of that. Porter made both free throws. He has 26 points. His season high, his career high, was 33 just Tuesday in their great 17-point home court win over the Lakers. Higgins down low off the glass from 5 off the rim, and it bounds away to Higgins, who throws it back to Harris. He's fouled, and his layup is off the rim. Not a layup, a 7-footer. What am I saying? It went in and out and bounced back out. But Harris certainly had a lot of activity inside there. Heavy traffic rimmed the hole and it came back out. So Steve will shoot a couple of free throws here as George Karl plays Garland alongside Harris, Otis Smith, Higgins, and Fidel. The George has been playing Higgins quite a bit at the power forward position tonight. And the theory on that, of course, is to run. And Mike Schuler oftentimes will play a lineup that is conducive to what George Karl has out there. He won't bring his big guys in and try and ram it down the Warriors' throat, but rather will go along with what George does. Plays this lineup. Not a bad one to match up with either. Holton and Porter, Anderson, Seasting, and Lucas. A very, very small lineup. Here's Porter. 8 to shoot. Right side fadeaway shot is buried. Oh, that's some shot. He can put any lineup he wants. If Porter hits those, it's going to be a long one. He has 28 points. Harris made one of his 2 free throws for the radio side of our simulcast. He now has 11, and the Warriors are down 9 again. A minute in the fourth quarter at 97-88. Here's Garland, left side to Harris, watched by Porter. Trying to post up Fidel. Now Fidel gives a pick to Harris. Harris throws a 7-footer off the rim. It bounds off of Lucas's head. Pulled by Harris. He knifes in and he blows a layup. Fidel the tip. Can't get it in. Rebound to Anderson. Forecourt Porter bobbles. Picks it back up. Drives hard left and spins. Finds Anderson. A 3-pointer is up. He missed it. With a rebound pulled by the smallest guy out there. Seasting at 6'1". Over to Porter. Hit it out from 15. Rebound off of Fidel. Pulled by the Warriors. Garland who bobbles. But picks it up now to the forecourt. Garland right side. Throws to Harris. Harris goes left side, a bounce pass to Higgins. Smothered by Lucas, throws inside Fidel. Fade away, one-hander is off the rim of the glass. Rebound to Lucas. Warriors don't score again. Seasting to Porter, forecourt. Porter to Holton, who drives and backs away. We've played 150 of the fourth quarter. The Warriors have 1 point. Anderson to Seasting. Seasting left side. Here comes Porter. Nice dish off. Lucas is just ripped around the head and thrown down by Fidel. Lucas scored the layup, and he was obviously fouled, and Fidel really choked him. Lucas gets up, and Lucas is hot. He kind of stalks Fidel a couple of strides towards the Warrior bench. George Karl calls a timeout, and Lucas, who has been known to go at it, backs away. Fidel really ripped him around the neck. Timeout Warriors, 10 minutes to play in the game. Portland now leads the Warriors 97-88. Our next simulcast will be a week from tonight, when the Warriors take on the Los Angeles Clippers at the LA Memorial Sports Arena. That'll be a 7:30 ball game. And the Clippers, who have had a season of bad news, they are losing big at halftime to Dallas tonight on the way to their 10th straight loss. Got the news yesterday that their great rookie, the 4th overall pick in round 1, Reggie Williams from Georgetown, will be out for the remainder of the year with a knee problem that he's had in the last couple of weeks. Maurice Lucas missed his first free throw. I believe a lane violation was called.
Lane violation.
And I am right, and he will now be shooting 2 more. He missed his first free throw, so Lucas gets
Reggie Williams comes into the Clippers. They were beset with injuries last year, and he's following suit.
Clyde Drexler comes in, and Michael Holton goes off the floor. And if you think about it, I mean, everybody was so pumped up about this year's rookie crop. There has not been a lot of great rookies playing this year. Mark Jackson will be the rookie of the year. Who else is having a good year? I was not impressed with Armand Gilliam at all on Wednesday. I thought he was a very poor player. Who else?
Well, I think Armand Gilliam's going to be all right.
I didn't like him at all on Wednesday. I think he'll be able to play in the league for a while, but he was the second pick in the draft. And the second pick in the draft should do some things. Second free throw by Lucas made. And final goes in and dunks it. On a strong interior move there as he went the final 5 feet in the lane with the ball above his head. He was hot, obviously. A nice dish off by Otis Smith.
Yeah, we've been waiting to see that all night. Someone take it to the hole.
98-90. Final has 6 points, Jim. Here's Seasling. A bounce pass to Porter. Right to Anderson. Right side. A three-pointer is up. He missed it. Rebound to Harris. Why not take it, though? He's made 4 of his three-pointers. Now to the fourth quarter, Smith comes banging in off the glass. The rim, a 5-footer. He was knocked down. No call. Rebound Anderson. Seasling, a bounce pass to Porter right side. He pulls up and throws a pass to Drexler, who beats Feidel and scores a layup. Nice dish off. And a better finish by Drexler, who has 27.
Yeah, Porter goes up to take the shot. Everybody looks at the basket. Drexler keeps cutting, and Porter just dished it down, much like Rick Barry used to.
Along that baseline, Feidel to Harris. Harris on 3 Blazers, forces it up off the rim. And then the rebound is run down by an active Otis Smith. The Mullen bobbles the ball, recovers before Porter pounced on it. Porter slipped or would have had it. Mullen to Higgins. Higgins over Seasting, throws to Feidel. A banker is good. Jump angle shot by Feidel. Will take that wing shot and bank it in. And he'll make it. He's hit now 8 points in the ball game. We have him 4 of 8 from the floor. He's made 2 in a row. And 3.5 into the fourth quarter. The Warriors now are down 8, 192. The Warriors have lost 3 in a row. Here's Drexler on a jump pass, left side. It's up and good by Maurice Lucas, who returned to Portland. He played, of course, on their championship team in 76-77. That year, a career high, 20.2 points a game, 3 times an All-Star. Left plate for almost everybody to return. Now he swipes Mullen's bounce pass, throws to Porter. Porter goes in, and he scores a layup off the glass, made possible by the defense of Maurice Lucas. And Porter is having a monster ball game. He has 30 points. He's well over double figures in assists. He may be heading to a triple-double. He already has one of those this year. Yeah,
just a great play by Lucas, though, to steal Mullen's pass. Just close off the lane and just threw it out over the top.
Mullen dribbles by everybody, comes inside, and scores a layup. How does Mullen get away with it? Inside, he just keeps his body upright, and he makes it happen inside. For a player who was not blessed with great foot speed, Jim, he'll finish it inside every time.
It's amazing, and he dribbles in traffic kind of vertically. He doesn't really go to the floor real low. He doesn't not shove off. He just kind of gets position and ambles in there and shakes it left, shakes it right, just finds a little opening and just puts the thing through the little crease.
Chris Muller knocks off his free throw. He has 29 points. What's that song? He shakes it left, he shakes it right, you move it in. 104.95, 7:38 to go.
The hokey pokey.
The hokey, I was thinking of that. I couldn't remember. The hokey pokey. And Jim will do that on the postgame show. Here's Duckworth to Porter, back to Duckworth, knocked away by Whitehead. A foul going to be called by Mike Mathis on Whitehead, who reached over the top. Third foul of the ball game on Jerome. The Warriors have 3 fourth quarter fouls. Portland has 2.
Just a little return pass, 2-man game, and of course Whitehead reaches over the top, gets called for the foul by Mike Mathis. The Warriors have to stop them 2 or 3 times in sequence to get back in the game. They just cannot keep matching.
Here's Porter from 20 off the rim. Rebound to Higgins. Higgins to Otis Smith. Otis Smith fourth court meets Anderson, gets by him. Anderson recovers, blocks the shot, but a foul is called, which sends Anderson racing to Bob Delaney. And quickly now Kevin Duckworth gets in the middle. And he is a big obstacle. He pulls his teammate away and says, back away.
But once again, Mathis had position underneath. He did not call the foul. The foul was called out front by Delaney. Here you see a nice little pump fake. And Otis did a great job to try to draw the foul. Looked like a pretty good block by Anderson. He had cause for
what you're saying is the whole point. I mean, he did not have the angle to see that ball on the baseline at all.
And usually the rookie official would defer to the veteran who had the inside position, had the call.
Well, George Carroll's not complaining.
No, I mean,
both free throws go. The Warriors now from the line are 16 of 22. Portland 23 of 27. 104-97. Portland by 7. Down low, Drexler makes it 9 on a brilliant dish off again by Terry Porter. It's been a two-man act for Portland. 30 for Porter and 29 for Drexler. They play without Steve Johnson, Jerome Kersey, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Sam Bowie, who has missed the whole year. Harris smothered by Seasting. It's 106-97. 6:40 to play. White had a jump hook off the rim. Good off the glass. The lefty leaning in, bottom of the circle jump hook. Jerome now with that bucket has 10 points. We have him at 5 of 11 from the floor. 106-99. Here's Porter to Drexler. The Warriors must make a stand sometime in the quarter defensively. Good time to start. Drexler over to Porter. Porter drives hard. Around Harris, around Whitehead, a scoop layup is good. I mean, George Carroll just walks back. He can't believe what's going on here.
Now, this guy is killing you. He gets 32, but he hit outside early in the game, and then he's scooting to the basket, penetrating, scoring himself. When he doesn't, he's kicking it out for 2 points for somebody else.
Harris left side up. It's good over Seasting. And again, that's the matchup you have to look for the Warriors. It was March the 5th in Portland when Harris just kept the Warriors in the ballgame in the fourth quarter by killing Seasting, and he certainly can. We'll see if George Carroll goes to it. 13 for Harris, 108-101. 7-point Portland lead, 5:40 to go. Duckworth down low. We have a foul. It's a 3-second call on Duckworth. Ball goes back over to the Warriors on Portland's 13th turnover.
For Steve Harris.
As Mike Schuler's team has gone a -7 on the turnovers. The Warriors only 6 turnovers in the ballgame. That's why they're staying in the ballgame.
The matchup will not materialize with Harris as he comes out of the game.
The Warriors have no turnovers in the second half at all in the ballgame. Mullen, a fall-away right side jumper is missed, but he was fouled. And that far right wing, a 19-footer. Delaney calls the foul on Jerry Seasting. So Mullen shoots 2.
A shot probably you wouldn't take against a Drexler or a Porter, but as soon as he recognized he had Seasting on him, even though he had terminated the dribble, he knew that Seasting had no chance just to reach up. It was either going to be a shot he could put down, he felt, or get fouled, and he goes to the line.
Chris Mullen, who has been scoring on the average almost 30 a ball game the last 3 home games, has tonight 30 as he makes his first free throw. Mullen had a career-high 38 last time out. And his previous career high as Michael Holton comes back into the ball game, and Terry Porter goes off the floor, which will not make any of the Warrior fans or George Carroll unhappy.
Yeah, he's the difference in the basketball game.
He's playing great.
Yeah, his penetration has really hurt the Warriors.
I was saying Mullen's previous career high before last game out was 32. And he has 31 tonight. I think he's really been playing magnificent basketball. He made both free throws. He's a 5-point fourth quarter going. 31 of the game. 5.5 to go. The Warriors down 5. And the bell is rung. Warriors must defend. Drexler, they clear the side. I think as the Warriors double up with Garland. Open man is Seasting. He misses around the rim and out from 20. Rebound pulled by Whitehead.
Big rebound.
The Warriors. It was a big rebound. You have to clear the boards down. Mullen beats Drexler. Comes inside. Duckworth fouls him. As Duckworth blocked the ball and part of Mullen's head, which does not have a lot of padding on it, with Chris wearing that short brush-cut haircut. He got knocked on the noggin.
Yeah, what's interesting about this play is the attitude of the Trailblazers. Now, early on, they're pretty confident. Right now, they're up by 5, but Duckworth simply did not even try to block the shot. He let Mullen come in, penetrate. He gets to the line with kind of a hammer lock. But when you give up a foul like that, you know Chris Mullen, a great free throw shooter, you're giving up 2 points. Certainly, that would have to give the Warriors a little boost with their confidence.
Now, Duckworth has been a very strong young player, Jim, but he is not a good interior defensive player off the ball. On the ball, against his man, of course, he has that weight he can lean on you, but he is not a good help-out defender.
I'm supposed to know that.
Well, you do know that. If I was Mike Schuler, I'd be thinking about getting Caldwell Jones in the ballgame pretty soon. Here's Duckworth down low. Mullen, of course, made both. It's 108-105. Here's Drexler. Is it a 2 or a 3? A 3 called late. He missed it off the rim. Rebound to Higgins. Higgins to Garland to Mullen. Mullen driving right. He wants a shot, but he's doubled. He finds McDonald. Back to Chris off a McDonald pick. He leans in. They're doubling Mullen. They're all over Mullen. He'll find the open man. It's Ben McDonald who throws up a 20-footer. No good off the rim. Rebound. Run down by Higgins. Warriors have a second shot. Garland's wide open. 18-footer. Good. It's a one-point Warrior game. Both coaches have their arms crossed, staring at each other. George Karl and Mike Schuler. They finished 1-2 and Coach of the Year last year. And they're going right down to the wire tonight. 4:14 to go, 108 to 107. Portland with a lead of the ball. Holton throws the lob to Duckworth. He's doubled. Back to Holton. Shot clock at 4. At 3. Seasting with 2. Throws to Anderson up. He goes up for a dunk. He blew a layup, but he was fouled. And the shot clock was less than 1. And he made it happen. Boy, I tell you, Portland a couple of times now, and George Carroll's got to be pulling his hair out, what's left of his hair.
Yeah, that drains your energy right there, because tremendous defense by
all the way to
Golden State, and it just unfolds here in the kind of fashion that you hate to see. With less than a second going to the basket, Anderson fouled by Whitehead, but tremendous defense. They really took the Blazers out of the half-court set.
And you see what happened. It was Ben McDonald who was going out late to double Seasting at the top of the key, and certainly Seasting is a tough shooter from the outside, and when he did, he left Anderson open for a split second.
Well, I think he was thinking that they probably did not have time to make an extra pass.
Exactly right. That's what he was thinking. Get on the guy with the ball. He's going to shoot. But Seasting very coolly made the pass. He's now out of the ball game, though, as they bring in Michael Holton. Both free throws by Anderson made. He has 14. 4 3-pointers and 2 free throws. Mullen, right side is fouled by Terry Porter, who's come back into the game, obviously. And for Terry Porter, that is his first foul of the ball game.
Yeah, this is another little mistake. Porter thought he had a chance to get the ball here on Mullen. Mullen had the dribble. He terminates it. The ball was almost stripped by Porter, but nonetheless they call it on Porter for reaching on the wrist. So Mullen has a chance to cut this lead back to 1 again.
Mullen has missed 1 free throw tonight. His first free throw is around the rim, and no good. He's now missed 2, and coming into the ballgame, he had made 41 of 45. Mullen is one of the NBA's best, in fact, the 7th best, 88.9% this year. Chris's second free throw is good. Chris, 34 points. Last game out, 38. We have 3:40 to play. The Portland Trailblazers have a 2-point lead, 110 to 108. Mike Schuler has never won in this building. Clyde Drexler bolts hard left, meets Whitehead, turned away, up top, Anderson. Right side, Porter from 22 feet, good! Oh, what a monster ball game, a career high for Terry Porter, eclipsing his mark he set Tuesday at home against the Lakers with 33. That bucket gives him 34 and 10 in the fourth quarter. He's a point guard. Here's Garden hard right, meets Holton, comes down low around him, off the glass, blows a layup, batted the rebound away from Duckworth, but right to Michael Holton. Forecourt Porter. Porter drives hard, goes all the way to Anderson, who scores a layup. And if you've ever seen a 6'3" man devour a basketball game, you are seeing it right now. Timeout, 20-second timeout called by George Karl. Terry Porter is having about as strong as a basketball game as you could possibly play. Jim, I mean, he is just doing everything. He seems like he has scored almost every one of their points, and if he has not scored it, he's made the pass for the bucket.
He's obviously contributed to it directly by a lot of assists tonight. And once you get in that kind of zone, Greg, you feel it. You know you can do anything, and you just feel unstoppable. And early on in the game, he was hitting from the outside. Then he started his penetration. And what I'm impressed about is his penetration is not only taken to the right, that's his strong side, but he has penetrated to the left, controls the ball very well. He also does not get himself in situations where he cannot, make the play. He leaves his feet, but he has something in mind, and he creates the angle to the pass, and he passes very well in traffic.
Michael Holton, third in the NBA in assists behind John Stockton at 12.6. Magic Johnson, 11.8. His average, 10.4. It'll be going up. He's well over 10 tonight. He has 34 points. Portland leads 114-108. Following George Karl's 22nd timeout, the Warriors come forecourt. Garland, Mullen, Otis Smith, Higgins, and Whitehead. Garland to Higgins. Higgins shot clock at 9. Finds Otis Smith left side. Knocked away by Clyde Drexler. Picked back up by Otis Smith. Knocked away. He picks it back up. He finds Whitehead. A 16-footer. Good! A fadeaway with a shot clock down down to 2, and the Warriors got lucky there. That was not the design play, obviously. The Warriors found the open man.
But great perseverance on the part of Otis Smith.
You're not kidding. Otis was trapped.
Double team, triple team, hammered in there, and he just pursued of the basketball, saved it.
Timeout called by Mike Schuler. The Warriors want to cap off this special evening the only way that means anything to George Karl with a W. 2:30 to go. Portland 114, the Warriors 110.
Here's a sequence in a very critical situation, Greg. Otis Smith getting double teamed by both Duckworth and Drexler. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Thinks he has it here. Loses it again. Then he puts it to Whitehead with about 3 seconds remaining on the clock. Whitehead puts it down, trims the lead to 4.
Man, George Karl's a great coach diagramming that play. And Chris Mullin, a 34-point ball game, 12 of 22 from the floor. Just 2 buckets short of tying his career high. He had Wednesday Anderson, a 3-pointer off the rim. And the rebound pulled down by Michael Holton. And George Karl just cringes. His team played again a strong defensive initial stand, but they grabbed the offensive rebound, which is simply a catastrophe. 2:04 to go. The Warriors down 4. 114-110. Duckworth left side. A one-hander's up off the rim. Out from 7 over Whitehead. Rebound of the Warriors, Otis Smith. So George Karl goes with Garland. He goes with Mullin. Otis Smith, Higgins, Whitehead. It is Portland's lineup of Porter, Holton, Drexler, Anderson, and Duckworth. Interesting, Anderson out there. Here's Mullin, leans in, backs away. Porter snaps the ball, puts a bounce pass. Whitehead, a jump hook off the rim, around the rim, and no good. Rebound pulled by Anderson. Richard Anderson's playing another strong ball game.
Heartbreak in and out, though. Good shot.
Against the Lakers there, Anderson pulled down 13 rebounds. Guys up, Holton, it goes to his knees to pick it back up. Shot clock at 9. Here's Anderson, right side, Porter. Shot clock at 6. Porter drives by Garland, throws it up off balance, off the rim. No good. Anderson tips the rebound, but the Warriors pull it. Garland does. 1:10 to go. The Warriors down 4. Here's Higgins, right side, goes in. Knocked away. A foul is called on Anderson. And the Warriors, Rod Higgins, will shoot 2 free throws here with 1:07 to play. And I thought Rod was in trouble. He may have traveled ever so slightly.
I was going to say, that's what was really amazing, the presence of mind not to travel, because he never put the ball on the floor. And it was a tough little lob pass by Winston Garland that got him to that position. Rod did a very good job of not moving his feet. He did not travel. It was very close, and just good concentration to avoid it.
Higgins' first free throw is good. The foul was called on Clyde Drexler. That's his 3rd foul of the ball game. And now George Karl changing up on every sequence. Brings in Ben McDonald for defense. Takes out Chris Mullin. Second free throw by Higgins is good. And the Warriors have it down to 2. And quickly now Mike Schuler stops play and calls a Portland timeout. We have 1:07 to play in the ball game. And we'll come back with the finish. Portland 114 and the Warriors 112. Well, the last couple of seasons, the Warriors and Blazers have made a habit of playing close games here at the Oakland Coliseum Arena. 4 of the last 6 have been decided by 1 point. We may be on track to make it 5 of 7 as the Warriors right now are down 2 at 114-112 with 1:07 to play. Of course, they're never as close in Portland. The Blazers always blow the Warriors away. But they have been tight games here.
And what it comes down to in this situation is, the Blazers expect to win. The Warriors, with their record, they're just hoping to win. And that psychological difference sometimes spells the difference.
Portland at 40-22. They've won 9 of 10. The Warriors at 16-46 have lost 11 of 13. 50 seconds to play. Porter over to Drexler. Shot clock at 7. Drexler, he appeared to palm the ball. No call. Porter up and good from 20. And George Karl calls a timeout with 46 seconds to play as Terry Porter railed it from the far left wing. He now has 36 points, but everybody in the arena is saying palm. It was very close to a palm by Clyde Drexler. We'll watch it on television and pick it up.
I'll tell you why they didn't call it. He did not advance the ball. He came to a stop. He did palm the ball right here, his last dribble. Now he palms it, but see, he never really went anywhere.
He dribbled it again.
Well, he dribbled it again, yes, but he lost control. You can lose control of the basketball. You are allowed to pick it up, not advance the ball. You can palm the ball, lose it, and go chase it down as long as you do not continue to dribble the ball. The Warriors may have to use a screen or two to free someone up just to get the ball inbounds.
Warriors inbound from midcourt. 46 seconds to play, and the same 5 for each club goes out. Higgins now will inbound, and Mullin goes left block, watched by Terry Porter. Higgins, Otis Smith, Garland, Whitehead, Mullin. It's Anderson, and they're not going to pressure the inbounds. Anderson, Porter, Drexler, Holton, and Caldwell Jones. Higgins throws. Garland. Mike Schuler did not pressure the inbounds that time. Garland beats Holton. A pull-up 12-footer. Good! With 40 seconds to play. And now they play straight. The Warriors have one timeout left. Portland 2 plus a 20.
No
35
fouls.
seconds to go.
No fouls. You get the ball back.
Defend right here is the sequence. Warriors down 2. Here's Terry Porter, top of the key, left side. 10 to shoot. Over to Holton, far right wing. 8 to shoot. 24 to play. Anderson to Porter. He drives right, bump. Fadeaway shot. He was fouled off the rim and out. But he was fouled. And that's the critical call. With 21 seconds to play, Bob Delaney calls a foul on Winston Garland as Terry Porter elevated for a far right wing jumper. And Garland called for the foul as Porter was clearly in the act.
This is so frustrating, and you learn this with experience. He may have come up with a clean steal. You don't know, but you cannot rely on the official's call. I thought he got a pretty good hand on the ball, but what you want to do is go up in that situation, Greg, not having any contact with the ball or the man. The first free throw goes in, by the way, if you're on the radio broadcast. But you do not want to even give the official an appearance that you're reaching in. Just hope that he misses it. Play good defense position.
Here is the big free throw. Porter trying to pad his career-high 37. Conley rails it. He has 38. And George Carroll calls his last timeout of the ball game. The Warriors have no more, whether it be a full or a 20. And Portland still has 2 more plus a 20. And the Warriors right now are down 4 at 118 to 114 with 21 seconds to play. Now, the Warriors went bound from midcourt again. And again, knowing George Carroll, what he preaches, his philosophy in these situations is not to go for a 3 right now, which you don't really need. You need 2 buckets and a missed free throw.
Yeah, you need to score twice. I think
he's going to have somebody drive again.
Yeah, I would drive to the basket. I would try to pick up the 2 points. And then, of course, you've got to immediately foul somebody and hope they miss one or, of course, both of those free throws. That'd be a luxury. But, you know, getting back to that situation, it's very difficult for a young player, even if he makes the great play. And Winston may have made the great play. He may have made the best defensive play of his life. But it appeared that he reached in. And when you make that kind of reaching in with an official, especially a rookie official, he's going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt so very often. And once again, you just got to have a little hope on that play, a little bit of luck, but you want to go up, just straight up, just try to make him change his shot a little bit and just distract him.
Yeah, let me make a comment here about the Warriors' defense in the fourth quarter. We were talking about how they had to make a stand and play a solid defensive effort in the fourth quarter. They have held Portland so far to 25 points in this quarter. That is good, but very deceiving. It could be like 15 the way they are playing the initial presence. Portland has hit a lot of very difficult shots that they were not making early in the ballgame. Their shots earlier in the game were certainly a lot easier.
That's the difference in the basketball game. The defense has really been scrambling. It's really been pressure. They have kept the Trailblazers outside. They did not rebound a couple of three-point missed field goal attempts as Ralph Sampson looks on with Terry Teagle.
In his best suit.
Yeah, in his best suit, cannot get into the game tonight, and Teagle has not yet on a coach's decision.
Yeah, Teagle's not played at all in the ballgame. Ralph dressed up. His father is here, making sure. Ralph wanted to show that he spent some of his dough on nice threads. 21 seconds to go. The Warriors out of timeouts. Inbound down 118 to 114. They get Vogel to Smith. He drives with Caldwell Jones. Up. He blows a layup. It's tipped up by Whitehead and pulled by Porter. And that should do it. Porter pitches the ball. He's fouled in the backcourt by Garland. And with 13 seconds to go, the Warriors will watch Terry Porter go for a 40-point night as he has 2 free throws. And we thought they would drive, and they did drive. They drove Otis Smith right at Caldwell Jones. Otis Smith got a good shot up off the rim twice, each side of the rim, right and left. Just simply missed the shot. The Warriors had a good shot at the bat, Jim. Couldn't get that ball through.
Well, they've had a lot of those shots go in and out tonight, going to the basket. And the Warriors, once again, are going to come up short. But I want to also rectify something about Winston Garland. Believe me, the play that he made, I thought, was a pretty legitimate play on Porter a moment ago, which really is spelling the difference in the basketball game. But you just cannot rely on the official to give you that consistent break. And Winston has been superb in the second half. The Warriors would not be in this position, would not have been in the position to win the basketball game without Winston Garland's play.
And they would have won by 20 had it not been for Terry Porter tonight. What a game he has played. 39 points, a new career high, breaking his 33-point effort just on Tuesday. He has hit now 11 of 12 from the line. He has had a brilliant ball game, and now he has 40 points. 120, 114. Boy, did he ever fill in for Kersey and Steve Johnson not playing. Here's Gardner, forecourt of Banker, off the rim, off the glass, out, rebound to Smith, back up. He blows a dunk with 5 to play, but he was fouled, and he'll shoot free throws. Foul going to be called on Clyde Drexler, a holding foul with 5 to play. So the Warriors will lose again, and this will be the club's 4th consecutive defeat, and their 12th in last 14. At home here, it'll be their 8th loss in last 11. There were some moments the Warriors looked like they would possibly come back all the way. But like the Phoenix Suns did here on Wednesday, the Portland Trailblazers tonight certainly earned the victory by playing great late. They hit all their free throws, hit a lot of very difficult shots. Otis Smith makes both free throws. He has 14 in the ballgame. The Warriors foul immediately on the inbounds. Never going to lie down and die. Higgins corrals Drexler. And Drexler walks up the floor smiling, feeling good about his performance tonight, and well, he should. He had 29, which will up his already tremendous average of 26.7 a ball game. And it's the time of the year where you start thinking about most valuable players in the NBA. Magic Johnson has not had the kind of year he had last year.
He could still be MVP.
He still could be. I think Michael Jordan certainly has elevated his game to be considered. Larry Bird will always be considered. And how about this guy, Clyde Drexler? Not Ben McDonald, but Clyde Drexler and Dominique Wilkins has to be considered. And you consider all of the injuries Portland has had this year, Drexler may be the most valuable player. He made one of his 2 free throws. He finished with 30, and Portland wins the ball game by 5. So on Rick Barry, jersey retirement night, the Warriors give the crowd a game effort, but it is Mike Schuler walking off this Coliseum floor for the first time ever a winner. The Warriors had beaten this club 4 in a row. He was 0-4 coming in to tonight's ball game and our broadcast. We'll come back and wrap up our broadcast tonight. Jim and I with a final thought, our final score from Oakland. Portland 121 to the Warriors 116.